this is awesome. Like I listened to like a lot of the Zach one and a couple other ones, and you guys got a theme song. It's
Yes.
nothing to prove.
Oh, shit.
It's sick.
You got nothing to prove. Nothing to prove. Yeah. Okay, cool. Welcome to the Nothing to Prove Only to Share podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. What is this building?
Yeah, so this is just like a bunch of art studios in this building, but this space that we're in is technically a photography studio.
Okay, that's why there's like
it's like for boudoir stuff. Yeah, but it's cozy. I kind of love it in here.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And the dude that we rent from, Tom, is like the coolest. He's so nice and he's so chill. Like it's because we pay by the hour.
Oh, really?
And so it's like sometimes I feel like we're on a strict time schedule, but he's actually like every time we've gone over, he's like, I literally don't give a shit. So
hell yeah,
that's cool.
Sweet.
This is our like finale. This is the season finale, kind of.
Season 1?
Season 1 finale, yeah.
Awesome. I listened to a little bit of a couple of the episodes, and I saw you just did one with Zach.
Yes.
He's an interesting guy. He likes Shrek a lot.
Zach Baker?
Yep.
Likes Shrek? He would.
Does. He does. He loves Shrek. I work with him a little bit. I work a recording studio, and whenever we need someone that plays piano, he's the guy that we call.
Oh my God, I love that. That's what I was saying to him. Like, he overlaps in every person I meet, every show I'm at. Like, he is everywhere.
Because he's easy to talk to.
Yeah,
like, hey,
he's
man.
a good hang.
Yeah.
It's huge, totally.
Yeah.
What studio do you work at?
It's called Helvig Productions.
Okay.
It's in like on the border of Excelsior and whatever.
Sure.
Minnetonka maybe is. I don't really know, but it's right on the border of Excelsior.
Right on. How long have you been there?
2.5 years.
Cool. You dig it? You like it?
I do. I get to meet a lot of cool people like Zach, and get to work on just a bunch of different types of music and every type of person you can ever imagine. I've gotten to like make music with them, so it's cool.
That's awesome. Let's dive into like early musical experiences. So I know that you're a drummer with The Only, but it seems like maybe you've got other things going on. You can play a little guitar, singing.
Yeah, I guess it all started
origin story
when I was like a little kid, and my parents never really my mom was into like 80s pop. My dad likes Shania Twain. Shout out Shania. He touched her hair once.
Okay, I love that for him.
But so I never was like really super influenced by anything. And then one day I heard Green Day and I was like, fuck yeah, that changed my life. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be a musician. And so then I got a guitar when I was in like 4th grade. Played a little bit, but it's really hard and confusing. And so I didn't really get that good or really thrive at it that much. And then I started playing drums when I was in 8th grade, like 13. And then I joined a band and been in a bunch of bands and gigging and stuff ever since then. So
right on. Are you a part of multiple groups right now, or is it just The Only?
Yeah, I play in The Only, and then I do like work for hire stuff. So like, I'll play with people for like one-off gigs. I'll do like some studio stuff. I do a lot of music videos with this metal band called Villain of the Story.
Fun.
They're pretty sick. They're from Minnesota too.
Cool.
And just anything that I can. And then this has never been announced before, but I'm starting a new project, which I'll not be playing drums or guitar. I'll just be singing. So.
Oh my gosh, cool. I was hoping you were going to tell us the secret.
Hell yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. I didn't. So I've seen you guys play a couple times. I was at the 7th Street show maybe like a year or two ago.
With Silver Warehouse.
Yes, yep. And just saw you at Turf a few weeks ago. But you have a mic back there.
I do.
Are you singing with The Only?
I'll do like a little bit of harmonies.
Cool.
But it's really hard to sing and play drums at the same time.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
And I'll do like a couple random lead lines in a couple songs, but usually the sound guys just have my mic super quiet because it just picks up the drums.
Right.
It's more to just talk and say
Yeah.
random shit in between songs.
Right.
Then
Well, I like your banter too. Like that's fun to hear from the drummer too. I feel like they get kind of pushed to the back, excluded. Who are they?
It's time to take a stand and move the drums to the front. Create a movement.
So, do you want to talk more about the new project, or is it still secrets?
sure, yeah. I mean, we don't have like a name or anything yet. Right now, it's me and this guy named Awesome Brady, and he is a guitar player. He was in a band called Out Came the Wolves, and they were sick. And he did a bunch of touring and all sorts of stuff. And now he just does like production stuff, and he does kind of like tour managing stuff, and it's kind of a jack of all trades. But he was like, I want to start a band, but not like necessarily be in the band, but I want to like help write and kind of be in the band, but without technically being in the band.
Right.
It's like
Interesting.
he wrote all the music, comes up with all the ideas and concepts for like the videos and social media and all that stuff, and I just sing, which is cool.
That's so fun. I wonder, like, what would you call that? What's his title? Like music director?
Yeah.
That's so fun,
But-
actually. That sounds like a really
Yeah.
cool position to be in.
It's a cool new experience for me because I've never like sang in a band or been like the front guy, and then I've always kind of been the business and behind the scenes guy and like super heavy handed and everything, and now to just only have to worry about like singing it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, have you ever taken like lessons or like pursued it?
I just did choir in high school.
Okay.
But even then my school had a show choir. Do you know what that is?
Yep.
Singing super robotic, yeah. And they're wearing like suits and shit, and it's I never heard of it before, but then once I joined high school, we got like a new director, and the guy was like obsessed with show choir, and he's like, I'm starting a show choir. We need a backup band. So I just played drums.
Okay, cool.
So I did choir, and I signed
fun.
up to be in choir like in this like daytime during school, but I just kind of would use that time period to just walk around the school and kind of like goof around and just do whatever. And the teacher didn't care because he's like, I can't lose you. You're the only drummer for the show choir. So,
Wow, you had it good.
yeah. So I kind of did choir.
Okay, cool. I recently started taking lessons in September, and so I've been kind of obsessed with like
The mouth, the shapes.
exactly. Yeah, and I know. So I just saw that video that you posted this morning of you singing, and I noticed that your tongue is so flat.
Because I have horrible technique. Is
No.
what that is.
No, that's the way.
Is it?
Yeah. I can't do that unless I try. Like I have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've spent forever studying the drums and just geeking out about that shit, and then just I know nothing like really about singing. So it's
I love when somebody's good at something without trying. That's so special.
and the power of auto-tune.
I suppose.
Huge. Power of production is incredible. So.
Let's talk about The Only. How did that band form, and like what are you guys up to right now?
That was my freshman year of college.
Okay.
Me and Ricky, the singer and bass player, we met in like the music department, and he was just chilling in the hallway with the bass.
What school?
Mankato.
Okay.
And we were just like, you want to jam? Looking to start a band? He's like, hell yeah. So me, him, and this other guy, we would just play in like little like storage closets. We're very small. We were able to fit like a little tiny drum kit in there, and then like other instruments, and we would just jam. And we started that band, and then gigged a bunch of Mankato, and then we left Mankato after a year and went up to the cities, and had some like member changes throughout the years, but we just gigged a ton in the Twin Cities, and then would do like we did like a little mini tour around the Midwest, and then we went to South by Southwest last year did a couple shows down there, and that was really cool. So we just kind of, that band is basically just a learning experience in a bundle, basically. Just everything that I've learned how to like. I was in bands like in high school and stuff and booked shows, but like with the Only, I've like really figured out how to like book a lot of shows, what to like look for when booking shows, how to make merch, how to try and sell merch, how to do social media, kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
And just like all the different types of stuff, like learn about like how to register your song with the PRO, like all that shit, how to record, so.
The business side is so huge, and I've listened to a lot of people who have like studied music in college.
Don't study music in college.
That never learned any of that shit.
No, it's a scam, honestly. I went to, not the trash talk, but
We can.
But like I went to 2 schools. I went to MSU Mankato for music business or something. I don't even know. They gave me the wrong degree, and then they gave me another degree. So like,
Interesting.
whatever. I don't even know what we really studied there. We did like music theory, and I played drums all day, and then like business classes. But the curriculums changed all the times. The teachers had changed. I only went there for like 2 years, but then I went to Hennepin Tech for audio production, and that was fucking sick because they have like a real ass curriculum. It's the same 3 teachers for the whole program, and they teach all the classes. They're experts in what they do, and that was a 2-year program. That was sick. But just going to like music school, I don't know if I would recommend it for people because I don't know. It's more. It's honestly more of a way to just pay a lot of money to go and be in a school with a bunch of musicians, and then you can like start projects or bands.
Yeah.
That's what's valuable about it.
Totally, yeah. I'm kind of a student at Hamlin studying music, and my first semester, or last semester was my first semester like doing the music stuff, so I was a part of like singing in jazz bands and taking some fun like production
That stuff's
courses.
valuable. Like
Yeah,
being
no,
able
huge.
to study your instrument is very valuable. Like I don't know, the business stuff.
No,
is not.
totally get you. No, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, like navigating that? I was really curious about socials, but you said that that's not maybe your strong suit because you run the social media for the band, yeah.
Yep, and for the studio that I work at too. But it's me and my boss talk about it all the time, and we're like, God, it's just so confusing.
Right, and there's not like a way to win. It's the rules are always changing.
It's more just like it has to, whatever you put out just has to be like either it's just crazy and weird as fuck or like super good or like just something. Cause like I made a video for The Only where Ricky, the singer, he looks a lot like the lead singer of Creed. Can you take me high?
I know that one.
I took that song and I had like a video of him singing at practice, like just joke singing it. And then I did a montage of the actual music video. And then in the caption I said, 1999. Scott Stapp from the band Creed hooked up with Ricky Johann Charles Henrik Olsen's mother. And 9 months late, after a Creed show, 9 months later, he was born. And that video got like 12,000 views, and all these Creed fans just, that's not true, bro. Scott Stapp's a changed man, dude. And just all this shit. He doesn't even look like the guy. He sucks. This band sucks.
Dude.
And that is the most big video I've ever done, and the rest of it's just nothing, like.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. So, or I made up a fake country called Uzbekistan and said that one of our songs got banned in that country, and then put the link of the song, and that got like a ton of traffic and stuff. But then anything else doesn't.
It's so crazy how shit like that is what blows up. Like there are so many creators that are intentionally saying shit that's not real like, and that's totally the way, which is so funny and so annoying.
That's the only way to get people's attention because there's just so much shit. So I don't know. It's a mystery, but yeah, it's something I'm always trying to like learn more about and how to release stuff effectively on social media. But still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. As far as like registering your songs and all the other business stuff, was any of it stuff that you learned in college, or did you kind of have to like self
No,
teach yourself?
I've learned, and I'm always learning stuff, and I don't know
Right.
everything at all by any means. But a lot of what I've learned is from. I did an internship at a studio called F5 when I was in college. Learned a ton of stuff from those guys, Owen and Davide and Elsa. Shout out. They taught me a ton of stuff, not only about like audio production, but just like music business stuff and just how, because they run a business that does music, and they just, you know, you learn stuff about it just by being there. And then my job now at Helvig Productions, that's what Steven, my boss, does all the time. He's always looking at like, how can we grow the business? And, you know, just, he's very like detailed about all this shit, like Google Analytics and SEO stuff and advertisements and all that stuff. And I'm always like trying to learn stuff from him, but
To absorb, yeah.
Let's
circle back to The Only, because I remember being at that 7th Street show, and I think it was you who had the mic, and you were like,
I was hammered.
We said something about like we've played shows for like 3 people at an empty bar. Talk about that, like the journey and the, you know, because you guys are, I feel like, very well known in this community, and you seem to be playing cool shows.
Yeah, we've just there's been times where I feel like every band kind of goes to we got to gig as much as possible, and then you play as much as you possibly can, and you know, after a while, it's really hard to get people to come out to shows because you've played the Twin Cities for 3 months straight, and you know, and then after a while, you play dive bars so many times, it's just like, you know, it's gonna get demoralizing after a while, you know, and then. So yeah, just like learning how to be strategic in booking shows and spacing them out a little bit, and then once you play an area a ton, like it's really good to play live, and I love playing as much as I can, but just because I love to play and getting the experience is just another repetition. But eventually we were like, all right, let's try and travel a little bit, and so we did like little mini Midwest runs, and some of them, if you book it at like a place where you're playing with another band that can draw locally in their town, and it's like a nice built-in crowd, then you can go and you can play those shows and they can be fucking sweet. Or you can drive 6 hours to Okanashi, Wisconsin, or whatever the fuck, and play for literally one guy named Bikal, who found you off of Facebook, and he's literally the only person there in the audience, you know? And so it's like, that just kind of happens. And that's something everybody kind of has to go through, I feel like. But shows are way more fun when they go well.
Right, of course.
And there's people that are digging it, but.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you're playing a show with a smaller audience, does it impact your energy playing, or do you feel like you're good at bringing the energy no matter what the environment is?
I feel like I always have like, it's not necessarily about the crowd, but it's always like an internal battle with myself whenever I play live. And I just, I get in my head a lot, and I can just like psych myself out and just be like, God, you fucking suck. You piece of fucking dog shit. Don't miss this fill. Oh, you rush the fill, you fucking cock. You know? And so it's like, that is, or it can just be like, all right, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, you got it. Fuck yeah. Concentration station, you know? So it's just like, it's like a fine little teeter-totter of gonna fall off the edge and just crash into oblivion, or just like feel fucking sick. And the audience, doesn't really affect me, but if there's a lot of people and they're jamming, it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But normally I just pop the old glasses off so I can't see anybody and I can't see their faces. And then I just like am able to look in the audience more and not be like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if I, you know, I'm feeling it if I got the old spectacles on. 'Cause then I'm feeling good. So
Right on. I'm personally obviously drawn to like female leads, but I've been trying to be mindful about having other people on that aren't just singers in a band.
oh yeah.
I'm curious about the performance aspect, because I think for me as a singer, like there is, there's some prep and there's some,
Oh yeah.
I'm curious about like how do you prepare, or how do you?
For drums?
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought a little practice pad on Amazon because it was like bright orange and it looked cool. And I was like, you know what? I should start practicing, like before shows. I'm warming up. And that does really help. More of just like the mental game, just like, all right, I've been playing for 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, and I'm good. I'm loose. And then, but most of the shows, you don't really have anywhere to warm up, and you don't really have time, and you're constantly like moving gear and shit around, or you're like trying to go out and talk with people and stuff. So if I do have time before gigs, I'll just play on like a couch like that, or on a little practice pad, or I'll go in my car and just chill and like just do some bullshit rudiments,
Yeah.
and just try to loosen up and get the old ankles moving. But most of the shows, if I don't get to warm up, I just have to just like be in the zone. And if I'm in the zone and I feel good, then I'm good.
Cool. Maybe this is a weird question. I'm not sure if I know how to phrase it, but do you feel like, when you play for a crowd, does it feel performative? Like, do you feel like you're putting on a show in a sense, or are you just playing? You're just vibing?
I try to put on a show.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about that. Like, because I am a musician, but I feel like I'm more of a creative than I am a musician. And I feel like I'm better at being creative than I am being a musician. So like music is like the mask for me to be creative, I guess.
I love the Batman voice that you keep pulling out.
But so like, I don't know, I'm always trying to amp like the only show or whatever it is I'm doing, trying to like amp it up one little notch at a time. So like for the only, we used to just play like any other band does when they start out with just your instruments live and let's go. And then I was like, all right, I've been playing with the click track. Let's play with the click track live because it'll be better, because I rush. If I don't have a click track, I'd fucking we're speeding through it. So then I got like some cheap in-ears and my app on my phone, and I would just have the set on my phone, and I would do a click, and everyone else would play with me. And then I was like, all right, this is kind of annoying, fucking clicking the hi-hat the whole show, even in between songs. Everybody get on in-ears so everybody can be on a click track, and then we can just like also have our monitors in our ears and be able to hear each other better.
Totally.
So then we did that. And then after like a couple years of that, then it was like, all right, now let's put together a real show. Let's start using backing tracks to make up for our lack of musical talent and ability. And just for like transitions in between songs, because for that band, like that's always a challenge, is like, fucking checking the tuning in between songs, or like you just need a break to like change some pedals or something happens, and then there's just like 15 to 30 seconds of just nothing, awkward silence. The guitar amp. Oh, what? What'd you say, bro? What? What song are we doing again? What? Oh yeah, I'll take a shot. Yeah, sure. And it's just annoying and awkward. And so I was like, all right, let's just put some fucking ambient shit in between. And then the click can be going in your ears. There's a little transition thing, and it's in the key of whatever the next song is going to be. So like sets them up. And then from the recordings, whatever like little synths or pads or like little effects that I added in the songs, I'll just bounce those as stems and then have that play along with the click track. So out in the speakers, like that was little like fucking maracas and shit, and like little atmospheric stuff. The audience can hear it or like I'll use like little audio samples from like a movie or something that can play live too.
Cool.
And I think that just kind of like adds to the live show, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
So
Let's talk goals. We could do personally or for the only, whatever you're feeling. Like maybe when you decided that you wanted to be a musician, did you have specific goals set for yourself?
yeah, I pretty much ever when I was like a little kid and I got a guitar, I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking rock star. Yeah. And then I just was like, and then I got into high school. I was like, all right, I want to play in bands and I want to work in a recording studio. And that's it. And I worked like, I like really solidified that when I got like my first job working at KFC when I was like a freshman or something. I worked at KFC and I fucking hated it. And the manager's there.
Hi, my name's Scott. I've been here for 27 years at this location.
I was like, are you fucking... Nothing against KFC,
Yeah.
nothing against anybody that works there, but for 27 years of your life...
Yeah.
What? And right then and there, I was like, I'm not going to be scraping fucking chicken gravy crust off of a filter forever. Like, I need to fucking focus. And so I did, and I like decided, as like, all right, I'm going to go to college for audio production. And then while I was like in high school and college, I was like, I don't have like a ton of bills right now, so I'm gonna just practice as much as fucking possible and do like as much band stuff as I can now when I don't have bills. So that way, when I do have bills, hopefully I have like a job by then. And so while I was in school, I was doing like internships at studios and playing whatever gigs I could. And then I was lucky enough that I actually got hired. I was very lucky, but at a studio, and then was able to like quit my other job and then just work at the studio and then just gig. So that was like my main goal. And then I've done that now, kind of, but now it's like,
You're not rolling in the Benjamins,
Yeah.
working in a recording studio and playing in an original band.
so now it's like, now my goal is to just keep ramping up, keep like finding ways to make more money,
Yeah.
keep, and just get more opportunities and different opportunities and just do as much as I can now while I can. And then, for as long as I can and see whatever happens. But like we were saying before, like as long as you enjoy doing it, that's what I want to do. So
Totally. How do you define success?
Oh, it's a tough one.
Did I so usually I tell people that are gonna be guests on the pod that question first. Did I give you that heads up?
no, I don't think so.
So sorry.
What
This
is
is
the
on the
definition of success?
Yeah, how do you define it? Damn, now you're pondering here like live reaction. And this is kind of more fun.
Success. I think it's like finding a way to do something, as whether it's like a career or just like your overall, I guess it's more than just a career. It's like your overall life. If you can live your overall life and like not hate it and not hate like what you do every day, not hate your situation, the people you're around, and you're just like feel good about all that, I think you've reached a peak of success, where you feel like you're not drowning, but you're above the water breathing.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
I got that answer off of ChatGPT.
I lied. He did tell me that. Ask me the question before.
It's screwed, yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. What about like major influences? You said Green Day. I grew up on Green Day too, big time. My stepdad's truck, that was all that we played on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. My influences are, it started out with like Green Day and My Chemical Romance when I was
Classics.
like a little kid. And those were like the staples. And then through then I listened to a ton of like Screamo. Love it. Love it. This anything that makes you want to feel like you need to jump out a window and just fucking slam your head against the fucking street and just melt out all your problems and stuff. That's my kind of music. And just like insane drums and fucking just like sheer emotion. Love that. So I listen to a lot of bands that most people have probably never heard of, but like a band called Make Them Suffer, Beartooth, Wage War. But then I listen to like a lot of like singer-songwriter stuff. I love, and this is someone that you might like, you ever heard of City and Color?
I don't think I have.
Super good. You should check him out. It's one guy, he's like a Canadian guy that's in like a hard rock band. And that band like blew up. That band's called Alexis on Fire and they're big in Canada. But then he had like all these singer-songwriter acoustic, like completely different type like of music project. And he just released it and it took off. And now that's like big. But just stuff like that, like Tyler Childers, love him. I love me some John Mayer, little J May. Just stuff like that where it's just like basic fucking guitar and very like poetic vocals. I love that. Any type of rock. I play like drums for like some mega churches, so
Cool.
I'm not like religious either, but I play drums in churches, which is an interesting thing. But and the music, I don't like the music at all, but the way that it's like written is very, and like the drums, especially since I've played them a ton, like it's just ingrained into me. So like, and they're just like big, like rock type drums. So I don't know. I listen to drums when I listen to music, and then I just listen to like, if the song overall just makes me fucking feel something, and then I get drawn to it. But a lot of rock,
cool,
and a lot of pop and stuff from like my brother and my mom.
Yeah, right on. You know Bob.
I do. Yeah.
Have you guys like ever hung out, or you just know?
No, we need to.
Because I think you guys would get along so well. I think you guys would be bros.
He's a nice guy. He's come to a lot of shows, and
he's a big fan.
He's a good bass player, and yeah, I think I met him at I don't even know when I met him, but I met him at a show somewhere, and he was just like, "What's up, man? How you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up?"
He's
dude?
just so you know, he's always plugging the only.
Well, fuck yeah, he's a great guy. And
yeah, I'm Bob's biggest fan, and Bob is your biggest
isn't
fan.
that how we met?
We met at 7th Street when I was with Bob, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think like the heavy bands that you're mentioning that you don't think anybody knows, like I just feel like maybe Bob does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any like new projects in the works for the only, like any music you're planning to release soon? Are you guys writing right now or just gigging?
We've got a ton of stuff recorded during COVID, the first lockdown number 1. Nick, one of the guitar players, his mom owns a bunch of Spanish preschools.
Interesting.
And they're called Rayito de Sal. Shout out if you need a early immersion Spanish preschool, take your kids there. Highly recommend. But she owns like a couple in Minnesota and a couple like around the Chicago area and then somewhere else. So it's a pretty big like chain. But in the building, one of the buildings is in downtown Minneapolis, and it's kind of a building like this, but it's just a preschool. So it's a fucking big ass preschool.
Yeah.
And the walls, the thing is wide open. And it's like 3 stories tall, but there's no like levels. So it's just a huge ass building. But then there's all these, it's a preschool, so there's just bright colors everywhere. And there's all half wall classrooms. So nothing touches the ceiling, but every wall is like a funky shape. So it'll be like a fucking giant triangle as a wall. And then like a bunch of weird loop-de-loop walls over there. And like all this weird geometry everywhere. Mm-hmm. And the ceilings are like big X's and they're all like sprayed with foam. And so it's like a really ideal place to record drums in,
Cool.
to get like a huge fucking sound, but it doesn't, for like recording, it doesn't sound bad, and it's not like over echoey, because the room is just like scatters the sound, and
Sure.
it's no parallel walls or anything. It's just like all odd shapes everywhere. So it's like, it was
Interesting.
perfect. So I recorded like probably 10, 15 songs, just spent like 3 days, all day, all night, just in this preschool. And every now and then there'd be like a maintenance guy or something that would come in, and they don't like speak English, and I don't speak Spanish, and I'm just playing drums, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why is there a guy? It's 3 a.m. I'm here to fix the fucking pipe in the ceiling." And I had to stop one time because the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in here for like 6 hours." Like, "Oh, okay, thanks. I'll just lay here." But so recorded a bunch of songs, and then that whole like first 6 months of the lockdown, we recorded a ton of stuff, and now I'm just trying to release it.
Cool.
But it's a lot of work, like recording and mixing and mastering, doing all the editing, and then I got like a bunch of music videos that I'm preparing for right now, and then launching the new project. So it's just like 3 things going on at once. So I'm trying to like organize my time and try and keep stuff consistent the best I can, but it's tough right now.
Word. Do you do any mixing like for the music that you guys release? The only, or do you guys?
I do it all,
hand-
yeah.
Yeah. You do it all. That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds
Because
great.
it's for real.
Yeah, right.
This shit's expensive.
For
So
real.
I record it all and mix it and master it.
Cool.
So
Okay, well, I think we're probably ready to roll out here. Do you want to plug any shows that you're playing soon, and or your social medias? People can support you there.
let me I should know my social medias. Follow.
I can look it up.
Can you just like post them on the thing?
Yeah, I could do that.
Is that possible?
I can.
All right.
I've like been needing to do that anyways. Like
Okay.
like post links and socials
Okay.
in the episode description. So
Hell yeah.
it'll all be in the episode description. Hopefully, maybe.
Check out the episode description and the old.
You really don't know your handle?
Because I don't know how to spell official, and it's in the title, and so I had to change it a few times, because one time I made it official, the only, and then I was like, fuck, and they're like, you spelled official wrong, idiot. It's like, okay, so then I had to remake it, and then official, the only was already taken, so I was like, the only official. It's like, you spelled official wrong again. So then I don't know what it is. Maybe it's official the only now.
It is official the only. Yeah.
And then my personal one is Max Greene Drums.
Nice.
And then Helvig Productions. And then stay tuned for the new project coming out within the next month. That can be added to the description. So
Cool. Any upcoming shows
yes, you can find them all on
in the episode description?
on the social medias. All the links in all my bios has all that information.
Cool.
So
Well, thanks for being here.
thank you so much for having me, and thanks for making a fucking sick ass podcast for the Twin Cities motherfucking music scene.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.